Hello lovely crafters. I thought I'd share how to make this stepper card today. So I was recently asked on Janine's Mindful Art Facebook group how to actually make this card. It's one I've recently made on Hobby Maker, but I thought I'd do a little video to show you how to do this little stepper mechanism. Super easy, and once you know how to do it, you can use it for all kinds of things. I'll go through what I've used today. So I've used everything from the Janine's Mindful Art collection. This is Christmas Blush. These are amazing. These cards are 15 by 30 centimetres, so they're great for making these little stepper cards. And then just to decorate, I've used some of the 8x8 paper pad, so again the Christmas Blush. And then to decorate, I've used these beautiful little elements. You can see there's quite a lot of gaps in mine because I have been using the life out of it, but there's more than 300 elements. They're all die cut for you, just pop out, obviously all from the lovely people at Studio Light. So let's get making our base. I'm using slightly different colours this time from my original, but all the same. You can see I've got some paper elements here ready. I've already popped those out. And let's make our card base. So the only thing I need to do is my Studio Light trimmer. And the reason being, this has got a scoring tool already built into it. I'm going to extend this arm. So if you're not sure, if you've never seen that before, that arm just pops out. And I'm going to pop it all the way up there. I'm going to remove that corner actually, just to make that lie flat. Let's move my magnets. There you go. I could just move the whole thing, but I'm going to want that mat in a minute. So what we're going to start with is our card base. And the first thing we're going to do, and I'll go slowly through this bit because there are some measurements. I will jot them down as well. So you're going to mark that at 7.5, so 7.5 centimetres. And then you're going to use the measurements on here. Yeah. So on your trimmer part that you can see there. So what we're going to do is we are now going to score, and I'm going to score from 2.5. Yeah, so find 2.5 on there, drop your blade, and you're going to come up all the way to 22.5 centimetres. Okay, so that's putting a slit down the middle of your card at 7.5 centimetres from 2.5 to 22.5. Okay, and that gives you that split in the middle. What we're going to do now is we are going to turn this onto here. I want you that side. And we're going to start putting we're going to put our score lines in. So for this, I use my white blade, which is my scoring blade. If you haven't got this trimmer, if you've got just an ordinary trimmer without a scoring blade, you would just do this on your scoring board. But I love the fact that all of this is built in. So now I'm just going to score from this edge into the centre where I've got that cut line. And I'm going to score firstly at 2.5 centimetres. It's always the tricky one. Make sure that's nice and snug there. I'm just going to move that a little bit. That's at 2.5, and again just from the edge to the middle. The next one's at 5, so you've got 2.5, you've got 5, so they're quite easy measurements to remember. Next one's at 10. The next one's at 15, and this one goes all the way across, okay? So this one goes all the way to the other side. And your very last one is at 22.5, so it'll come into the end where you've got that cut line. Okay? So 2.5, 5, 10, 15 all the way across, and then 22.5 to here. And that will give you, and I'm just going to do this here. You just bring that in with your fingers, and there you go. That is the basis of your stepper card. Yeah. There you go. That's already done for you. So what we're going to do next is we're going to cut our piece of paper to decorate the front of this. And I like to cut this as an L shape. So what I'm going to do is bring this on here. I'm going to start off by cutting it to 14.5 by 14.5. Let's move the scoring blade out of the way. And I'm going to keep this bottom corner, yeah, to 14.5. I then need to put this at 7, and this is coming down to 12.5. So it's got 2 centimetres left at the bottom, and this will give you a matten layer. And then this just goes at 2 and come in till it meets that line. Yeah. Hopefully, let's bring our card back in. That should now fit beautifully on the front of your card with a lovely border. Yeah, you can see the border all the way around there. So to give you those measurements, I cut it into a square, 14.5 by 14.5 centimetres. I've then come across 7 and down to, so there's 2 left at the bottom. Yeah, so that gives me that strip there. If that makes your brain quiver, just cut that as one panel and just cut another panel there. So these other panels I want here, they need to be 7 centimetres wide as well. So let's cut that to 7. And then that middle panel is 5 centimetres. She says bravely. I knew I should have done more. There you go, 5. So that's going to be 4.5. And that top piece is 7.5. So this top piece will be 7 by 7. Yeah, and what that will give you, I'll get rid of the trimmer now. What this should give you is a panel to go on the front here, 1 panel to go on there, 1 that I've just put to one side, there it is, that will go there. So that will give you your 3 panels, which will decorate your card. Okay, so super easy. Let's just think the edges of that to soften it a little bit, and then we can glue all of that together. Okay, there you go, you can see that better now. So to ink the edges, I'm just going to bring my brushes in. I think I'm going to use brown on the edges. So I'll use brown. We'll bring in one of our little inks. These are the water reactive ones. Now I always tap off before I do this. Yeah, just tap it off and then bring it in. It'll give you a much softer blend on your paper. You'll get less of those harsh lines. And I only want to just add a little bit of colour, just drawing the eye into the middle of my design. Yeah. And you can still pick that ink up, so you're not wasting much of that ink. Yeah, pick that up and reuse it. Okay, so we'll do that on all 3 pieces, and then we'll get those stuck down. One last little bit. And while I've got my ink out, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually change the colour. So I'm going to put that brush back and get my pink brush. And I've already done most of these pieces, but you see they've got a white edge on where you pop them out. I'm just going to go in. So you could go pink, you could go brown, whatever you fancy really. This is probably picking up a bit of both. But then I've done that on all of these pieces I've got here. Okay, so they've just all got that little bit of pink edge on. Let's give our mat a quick wipe down because we've got ink all over it. And now we're just going to start assembling. I'm going to use my Studio Light tacky glue. It's going to come in. Nice thing about this is it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. So that while you're putting it on here, you've got a little bit to play with. Yeah. And then we'll pop this one on. That's the one at the top. Now this has got a right and a wrong way, this paper, because it's got music and words on it. So I'm just going to make sure I've got it stood the right way. There we go. And we'll do this little one. And then all we need to do is decorate everything. I'm going to use a mixture of, that one's upside down, well done. Nearly, nearly, nearly. See some of you shouting at the video. So for this one, we're going to pop this on here. I'm going to stick my Christmas tree flat. Not to throw that around too much. Just move those and you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. That's going to go on there. And then I've got a mixture of foam pads here. So I've got kind of all three sizes. I've got the little teeny tiny ones, the long strips and the bigger squares. And they're all the same depth. So that means I can mix and match. So I can put a big one there. And then we'll just use a couple of smaller ones higher up. The other thing that I like using is my little pokey tool to get that, let's get that layer off. There we go. So with these, I find if I press down in the middle of them, I can then just peel them off. Yeah, and I find that easier to do like that. It's whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong way. Or should we put her, I think she's going that side of the tree. So depending on how your die cuts look, she looks like she's looking at the tree that side. Then we've obviously got these little panels here. Yeah, so I need to work out what's going where. I definitely want this one up the top. I'll put you there. So we've got our little, there we go. That up there. I might put this one on a foam pad actually. We'll just raise it a little bit. You'll notice with my big foam pads, sometimes I will cut into them as well. If you cut them with the backing still on, they don't gum up your scissors in any way. I'm only putting a bit of foam tape on that. I want that one to pop up there. Then I might not use all of these yet, but I think it's always good to have those options. I'm going to pop that one there. I don't really want to cover up my little sentiment, but we're going to pop, I don't mind covering the music up a little bit. I've got some little stars. I think the stars are going to go up there. We're going to have those as little, oh, we've got baubles though as well. So the stars might go here. Yeah, stars are going there. Again, just a couple of foam pads on the back of there. Yeah, I'll come off. Let's say, kind of pushing them down the middle means they'll lift at one side, which I find especially good for these little teeny tiny ones. So that is just going to go here. Oh, I've got another one. Let's pop you down here. So these, I do just tend to get a load of elements out and just see how I feel that they're going to work together. I thought I'd got another pinkish star, but maybe not. Oh, I could have that little cup. That little cup's quite cute, isn't it? We'll pop you there. And then our baubles, I'm going to put those on 3D foam. Oh, I knew I'd got another star somewhere. There you go. You can go there. I'll pop it behind there. So just layering things in front and behind things will just give it a little bit of depth. We've got these lovely baubles, so we're going to pop these up here. Oh, I quite like you as well. There you go. A nice little 3 up there. Again, use our teeny tiny foam pads. Didn't poke them, did I? Might be why they're a bit tougher to come off. There you go. You can shape them a little bit as well. I'm just shaping them in my fingers. Again, a couple of little foam pads on this one. Let's use our little, and then you'll see they just flick off then. It's much easier. Put you up there. And one more. A couple more on. Put you there. There we go. It's one of the magnets sticking to my watch. In fact, it's two of the magnets sticking to my watch. I do love this magnetic mat though. And you'll see me use it lots to hold things in place. So the next couple of videos, I'll be doing some bits and pieces where I need that magnet. But I do absolutely adore this mat to work on. We're then just going to pop that on there. And then sometimes, and I just like to add, I'm just going to add a little bit of silver. It's barely going to be there, but I'm just going to add a couple of lines on each one, and I'll make them wiggle to be kind of faux string. I've still got some elements left, so no doubt there'll be another card. But there you go. There is your little stepper card. Super easy. That is how easy it is to do. Got any questions? Give me a shout, and I can't wait to see what you guys make.